They say my generation full of dough. We tell them thanks, this is our year. But on the real they saying slow your roll. As if we don't, we gonna die, but we like it. They don't know what life is. My homie, if he heading to the party, we like it. And that poison be pricey, and they gon' get you hyphy. But if you ain't throwing down, then stay at home with your wife. And straight out the bottle.
Alright guys, we just wrapped up in Midtown talking to Reimer, Preister, and Joel Jones, Cafe Sous Terre. It's a great place for coffee, cocktails, French cuisine. This is a great conversation. Let's get into it. So we're on episode 5 at Sous Terre. Is that the official pronunciation?
Cafe Sous Terre.
Okay, Cafe Sous Terre. Reimer, Preister, Joel Jones. Thanks for both 2 of 3 owners. Are you guys just the 2 owners here?
No, just the 2 of us.
Nice. But there's 3 owners of this building.
In the building. So that's a separate entity, separate thing.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that. First thing I kind of want to know, what do you guys call this place? Is it a bar? Is it a coffee shop? Cafe? What do you guys usually tell people?
It kind of depends on the context that I'm using.
Yeah.
Like if I'm talking to somebody that would be more excited about hearing the fact that it's a cocktail bar, I'm gonna say, oh, it's a bar.
So it's flexible.
Well, it's a European model, right?
Yeah.
So like a cafe isn't rigorously just coffee. If you go to Italy, you can get your shot of espresso with an Amaro, right? Right, in that same place, right? In fact, most of them have some alcohol there. Same thing in France and other places. So it's not such a rigid line, and that was one of the things we were going for, is to have this European model. I mean, aesthetically, we were going for that same thing too.
100%.
Yeah, it's awesome
in here.
I
mean, we don't really have much of that here. Like this is in Detroit, what is there? A couple other places that do coffee and then booze at the same time?
It's not many, but I think the key thing with us is that we try to keep everything to the same standard. So we don't want to be a coffee shop that has you can also get, 1 or 2 cocktails there. And maybe they're not made with the same amount of intention as the coffee is. And we don't want to be a bar that has a dirty espresso machine in the corner that it's you can get an espresso off of it, but do you really want an espresso? We keep the standards up.
So you can fire up a cocktail at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. whenever you guys open?
Yes.
Yeah, we have all day cocktails now.
All right, one of the questions I know I had in my list of questions is, how much is a liquor license? Did you guys have to go through a process, and what's that process like?
Yeah, so there are 2 kinds of liquor license.
Okay.
One, a lot of Detroit is covered by what's generally referred to as a development license.
Okay.
So if you invest X amount of money, and I don't honestly remember exactly what it is, in a building, you can get this liquor license, and it's $20,000 plus fees. And the difference between that and a normal liquor license, which is closer to 80, is that it's not an asset that you can sell. Right.
Oh.
So if this business closes, that liquor license goes back to Wayne County, poof, gone. Right. But the upfront investment is a quarter of what it would be to have the asset. So if I bought a standard liquor license,
You can sell that to anyone.
Yeah, well, I can put it into escrow and have an attorney do so you lose some money off.
Are they handing those out pretty liberally down here? Because I figure they want development in the city. It's still pretty hard.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's hard.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say because I feel like they're encouraging development this year. Maybe before we jump into all the food and drinks that you guys have here, let's talk about the origins of this building. When you guys purchased it, you want to kind of run us through. Maybe were you guys friends at the time? What was the discussion like? And just kind of run through for the people who don't know. And we're off what street? Forest, right?
You're on Forest, yeah.
Forest between Cass and Third. Cass and Second.
Yeah.
Cass and Second. Okay, so that's where we're at in Midtown. Kopi and I's old home when we lived down here. So run us through that a little bit.
Sure. Well, I don't want to talk too much about my sad life before Joel.
Yeah.
But this was 2012.
Yeah.
I moved to Detroit in 2011.
Uh-huh.
And it was to run the development department of the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. And I wasn't thinking about real estate development or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I moved here, and it was just you can just do it. Right? Or it felt that way, right? I mean, because the buy-in is not like a major city, right?
Right.
It's so much lower, and I came in as a fundraiser. So one thing I could do was talk a product up and find people to back it.
Yeah.
That was my skill set at the time, right?
Okay.
And so I got to know early on when I moved here my two business partners. I won't mention them just because you never know if I feel like I should ask permission.
Yeah.
Not that there's
we can
any
always
weirdness.
we can always blur anything out if you
Well,
do say
Tommy
name.
and Alex.
Yeah, when
So-
you talk to them, and we can always just edit out the name.
Yeah. So Tommy and Alex, I met Tommy. Tommy introduced me to Alex. He was like, "Yeah, we're got some really cool ideas. We really love Midtown. We think it's going to be interesting. You know, this is before the Q line. This is before so much of what was going on."
Yeah, for sure.
And I just bought in hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
And it was just like it wasn't risk adjusted or anything like that. It was like, if I lose it, well, shit.
Yeah.
But, if I make a buck, well, that's great too.
Yeah. Because how much was a place like this going for back into the whole building?
$73,000.
That's so crazy.
Now,
It's so wild.
it was a blown out mess.
No, I get it. I
It's
get
not
it.
like it was
What'd you put into it, you think?
all said and done. Pretty close to $1 million.
Okay. And then is
That does not include the cafe.
Because
That's just the building.
okay, cool. And now you're renting out 2 units, Airbnb, or
Six.
just
Yeah, and
6?
let's also clarify for anybody listening. There is the bar, coffee shop, whatever hybrid you want to call it, and then there's 2 apartments above us. Or how?
Six.
Six.
Yeah, yeah.
Six,
So it's
yeah,
3
six.
stories above us.
Yeah.
A total of 4 finished stories in this building if you include the cafe.
Did you guys ever live there? In any
I
of
never
these?
lived there, no.
No. Okay, just rent.
That was going to be my first question. Did you ever think about like, hey, let me just like live up there while I run the shop below?
When I got the job, I moved into an apartment building across the street.
Yeah.
And so I got a taste of that. So I was like, all right, it's 8 a.m. I'm getting up. I want a coffee. I'm going to go walk to work.
Yeah.
And I'll end up working.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'll look at my, watch. Like, okay, it's 2 o'clock and this is my off day. And so, okay, I guess I'll go home. I go home. Something goes wrong. In the first year of the business, it's just anything can happen at any
right.
time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because every problem is like novel. Because you
100%.
haven't seen it until you've seen it. You don't know what the particular circumstances are going to be.
We were also relative novices. I mean, I was super novice.
Yeah.
And Joel had been in leadership positions, but
Not
he'd never
full
general managed, like
managerial.
full managed
So
before this.
Joel, more of your background was maybe in, let's call it hospitality or food service or anything like that. You had experience prior to here at Sous
Oh,
Terre?
yeah. I started out in coffee, and then I moved from just being a barista to being a roaster and a barista, and then training baristas and making syrups, and I had a great time with that. But around the time I was turning 21, I just got obsessed with cocktails.
Yeah.
I started reading through books, and
This is great, by the way, the King Cobra.
Thank you. Glad you like it.
Good job.
But yeah, completely obsessed on it. And so actually my 21st birthday, I took the Serve Safe bartender certification.
Awesome.
you're a nerd
I
when.
wanted it. The second
I know he
felt
said like
I
surf
could
safe,
get a
like
job.
I'm supposed to know what that means, but I have no idea. What
That's
is it?
probably
Just
like the bar of
it's like
cocktail
the bar of
makers.
cocktails.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or the
It's
L
like
Center or something.
food service practices, things like, don't let people have 10 shots and then go drive their car.
Are there different types?
things
Is
like
that like the gold standard certification you can get, or is there different?
There's actually a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a few. There's tips. There's Serve
TAM.
Safe. There's TAM. There's like a lot of other certifications you can
But
get.
most people don't even get it.
Okay.
So this 21-year-old
Many
is
people
like,
don't get it.
I need to get this
Yeah.
to get in. So it's kind
Yeah.
of amazing.
That is
I
awesome.
took it really seriously, and then
That's
after
awesome.
after getting the jobs, I realized how like not important that kind of was for a lot of people.
But maybe I feel like you might take that for granted, though. You don't realize maybe you are gaining some tips and tricks along the way, or do you just feel like, no, completely,
I when I want to learn something, I go all in.
yeah. That's good.
If we're doing a new thing, I'm gonna get as many books as I can on it. I'm gonna read everything I can about it. I want to try to be as prepared as possible, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I moved into bartending, and
He actually has your social security number.
Yeah.
Oh,
He did some
fully
research.
ready.
He's that good.
Yeah, he's that good.
no,
He's
we
pretty
were-
much CIA at this point. Yeah.
And Reimer dated my sister, apparently, too.
Edit that. Edit that.
Lauren, if you're watching, apparently it's your ex.
That's what he said. That's what he said. But who knows? We'll have to find that out.
Yeah. So starting out and getting a bar job, I started perfect timing. I think I got my first job in the bar industry February of 2020, March 2020.
Well, that's a terrible time.
Yeah, the worst
Where at?
possible time.
Was that?
It was actually Sugar House.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
nice.
yeah.
Great
Yeah,
place.
I got in
In
at Sugar
Corktown?
House. Over in Corktown.
Nice.
And I learned so much. I was only there very briefly. It was such a chaotic time. Bars are closing down. I don't think the vaccine was out or anything yet, so everybody's wearing masks. I was wearing masks and stuff at work. It was a weird time to start in an industry like this. But the little stint that I had there, I learned so much. And then, I took that and started working at other places. Eventually got into Weiss Distilling Company, which I was a part of like the building out of that concept to be the great bar that it is now, making bitters, liqueurs, you name it. And then, then I came down to Detroit, bartended here, and then eventually met Reimer, and the rest is history.
Awesome. And then, so talk a little bit about this place. Started out, I think down here was like a bridal shop, I read.
It was, yeah.
So you're renting that out space to a different business then, using that, were you just renting that space out?
Until COVID.
Well, until they closed out, went out of business. So
because of COVID.
And then you guys had the idea, it sounds like from what I read, that you guys had the idea like, hey, let's take this as our space to make it our business.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, like, to try to parse out all of the things you were thinking about at that time.
Yeah.
It was a chaotic brain time just to begin with. But I feel like everybody who likes going out to restaurants, bars, whatever, they have this sort of little desire inside of them to open up their own. You know, if I had mine, I would do this kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's such a common desire, even though it's, really a dumb business to get into. As I sit here advocating for my business. But so that was sneaking up in my brain at a time that no retail was opening up anywhere at all. So we had this space, it was vacant. And we had no idea how long. It could be 10 years from now before anybody would want to put something in there.
Yeah.
So for me, as one of the owners of the building, it was a less risky thing, right? If I couldn't pay rent, my business partners are also my really good friends. They're probably not going to crucify me, right?
Yep.
And so I had that ability to be my own landlord, in essence.
Which is great.
And
It's
then,
unique, too.
it took 2 years piecing this thing together with some help from other people around the community. And starting from nothing.
Were you guys able to use some rental money above to finance some of this, or how was that financed? Was that completely separate?
Completely separate.
Completely separate.
So Invest Detroit is the lender on this project.
Okay.
So the guys upstairs, my business partners up there have nothing to do with this bar.
Gotcha.
Are they regretting it?
No, they love it.
No, I'm saying, are they regretting not being a part of the business? Or they're still getting money through the monthlies on
rent? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just rent. It's not an ownership percentage or anything like that, right? So I just pay monthly rent, $2,000 a month.
What's the square footage going Midtown for rentals of any kind of hospitality or restaurant?
It's a range, and it depends on a series of things, but you can count on 25 to 30 triple net is a good bet.
Got you. Nice. So, Kopi, what do you got?
Well, so how did you guys meet then exactly? Because you had no restaurant bar experience at all. You were just real estate guy, and then sounds like you had a lot of the cocktail, more restaurant experience or bar experience.
I got this story.
Yeah.
Well, he'll cover from his side, but I'll cover from mine.
Okay.
So I had been working with some guys who were loosely helping me tie up some things. Our original roaster, Coffee House, and they were like, there's this guy, he's currently at Mad Nice, I think at the time, or maybe just before Mad Nice, and I just think you guys would vibe. And so Joel's name had come up months before I was even ready to start trying to hire.
Yeah.
And so I posted the job on Indeed, which, God, I hate Indeed.
Don't we all?
It's just the worst.
Yeah.
But I didn't have an Instagram following because we weren't open, and I'd never opened up anything before. So I couldn't, now we post a job on Instagram, we get 400 applications because we have followers and people in the industry, people see it, right? Yeah. But, it was Indeed. So I got several applicants to the position, and I sat down with them. And one of the things I started realizing was I am doing something that a lot of people haven't done, which is deep into coffee, deep into cocktails. So I needed somebody who was deep into both. So already I'm looking for a fairly unique human.
Yeah.
So
He's your guy.
Joel, the story gets better though. So Joel applies and he comes in, and he was the only person who I had any context for, but I had never met him before. So he walks in. Dude walks in with a 7-page treatise on how we can start talking about France and the French diaspora and drawing from Haitian liqueurs and all this other stuff, but also building up the theme through the coffee and the flavorings and the cocktails. And I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because I was so scared I wasn't going to be able to find anybody who threaded that interesting needle that I didn't realize I was creating at the time.
Yeah.
So the other interviews, 30, 45 minutes. Joel and I, 2-3 hours in that first conversation?
That's awesome.
And we weren't even close to done with the conversation. And so I had to leave. I was like flying. I'm from Greenville, South Carolina originally, so I was flying back home, I think, to see my family. And in the airport, I'm calling the other people just saying, thank you so much for your time. I found my guy. I hadn't even hired Joel at that point.
You just knew, right?
But I was like, there's not going to be anybody better. There isn't. It's not going to be possible. And I mean, that has proven to be true. But that was how I met him. He walked in with the most impressive proposal anybody has ever made to run a coffee shop. And
you went from like him applying to this to being like, hey, would you like to be an owner in this now? Or was it kind of, was that where you kind of,
I mean, quite simply, Joel earned it.
Yeah.
But like, I guess, was that part of the job application? Like, where I'm looking for a partner, and you're like, no, this is
We did.
Oh, ownership? No.
No, early on? Yeah. No. I mean, I had it in my head. It
wasn't even near my mind.
But you were so impressive with this. What'd you call it? The what? You call it like
the certification?
It was like a manifesto, basically.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what'd you call it? I was like, you called it like
you
a
did
trinket
use a word,
or something.
A treatise?
Treatise.
Never heard of that.
I've never used the word treatise in my life.
But in answer to your question, one of the things that I started realizing early on was running a restaurant is no different than running any other business. And a part of that, a necessary element of that, in my philosophy, is ownership. Some ownership stake. Like, you literally, this is part of you now. And Joel worked, I don't know, an average of 456,000 hours a week.
If I was awake, I was going to be here at some point.
It's crazy. I think you took like 3-4 months without a single day off.
It was like 50 days, and it was my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
If I worked my mom's birthday, she would have killed me. So I worked, or I took that day off, and then I worked
I was
the
a little
next day.
mad.
And this is your first 6 months of getting hired? Or?
Well, this is after we had opened.
This is after
Yeah.
To open up a business like this, it's just, you have to, and this is kind of like the intention that I came into this job with, is that you have to want to do everything that you can for it without any expectations of, getting anything out of it,
That's a good attitude
Who,
to
by
have.
the way, thinks like that?
No, I was going to say, I
thinks
think
like
the
that's an
opposite.
awesome
I
way
feel
to
like
think.
if you put in the work,
Yeah.
you like kind of earn it, deserve it. But to have that attitude keeps that
Selflessness.
relentless like work ethic keep going. So that's, I think that's unique. But I think that's why you're in a unique position.
Yeah.
If you, let's say I have a table that sits and the entire interaction that I'm having with them, and while I'm making their drinks and bringing out their things to them and interacting with them, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, are they going to tip me? How much are they going to tip me? I hope they tip me a lot. It's like, they'll be able to feel a little bit of a transactional nature to what you're doing. It has to be, this person is my guest. I'm here. I'm going to host them.
Yeah.
What would they like to have? How can I make it as best as I've ever made it, for them?
So you've done a lot of research on cocktails, like you said. Have you done a lot of sales research? Because I'm a sales guy, and you've said multiple things today where I'm like, he knows what he's talking about.
Bartending
in sales.
Bartending is
It is sales.
I mean,
it is.
It's connecting with people, right? It's the most gratifying thing. There's nothing else I would rather do than.
Have you done that research though? Have you looked in, or is that just something you picked up doing this?
It's just lessons from mentors and watching other people work.
And you've got that intuition. Like, it's just natively obvious to the way your brain works.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It's one of those things. I have kind of tunnel vision. Yeah. And when it comes with hospitality and everything like that, it's just when I'm at work, I am fully connected with what I'm doing.
That's great.
People will be like, oh, do you ever get tired of making espresso martinis? I bet you get so sick of making espresso martinis. Yeah. They'll apologize when they order an espresso martini.
As they should.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm zoned into pouring out everything and measuring it. And did I do it a little bit better or worse than I did the last time? And how was my shake on this one? How's the foam? How's the garnish? How cold is that glass? Just being in touch with every part of that process.
It's awesome.
And you're drinking too, so that's fun too. I mean, you get to see everyone having a good time. Not necessarily you, but
yeah, it's fun. And I think even on my stressful days where I'm coming in and I'm tired, my back is hurting me, I've got other things going on in my life. I know that when I go to work, people are coming here on their day off. They're coming here on, some date that they're nervous about. They're coming here to hang out with their family. They're showing them how cool Detroit is. Yeah. And I get to see some of the most fun parts of people's lives, and I get to be a part of that,
100%.
I mean, growing up, my dad worked in, he worked in a really tough field. My mom worked in a really tough field. And, they would come home and I couldn't imagine the things that they dealt with. My mom was a life insurance agent.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like
you're
dealing with
all
such
day.
heavy stuff at work, and then you're coming home and you're into your own thing and whatever else you have going on in your life.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, oh, I had somebody's birthday party, you know, and you know, I brought out a special like glass of champagne for them.
Yeah,
and
that's
they
sick.
loved it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That is cool.
It's
That
an
is really
easy
cool.
thing to do if you like people.
Can we talk a little bit about, so there is a French nature to the menu, to the vibe in here, to you've talked about a little bit of a European feel to here. So talk to us a little bit about the menu. What are some of the things people can come and expect when they come here if they haven't heard about coming here?
Sure. Well, to start, I mean, just personally, I'm a Francophile. That's why I wanted, you know, Cafe Sous Terre.
Yeah.
Is, you know,
Do you know what
coffee
it-
underground.
Oh, damn. I was going to ask Kopi if he did his research, if he knew what it meant.
Do you know what a Francophile means?
No, I thought this was another word neither of us have heard, but apparently it's
No,
just me this time.
No, but I was asking about Sous Terre. I was asking about if you,
Oh, I thought you were Francophile.
did you know what Sous Terre was?
No, I didn't.
Did you hear what he said?
No.
Underground.
What was it? I missed it.
Oh shit! I wasn't.
He still missed it.
Oh,
So
sorry.
missed it.
He said it 3 times. You know what it means?
No, I heard mumble something. Underground?
Yes. Yes.
I got it.
Yeah,
So-
he's an idiot.
The first coffee shop that was kind of my first third place growing up was a place in Greenville, South Carolina called, in a basement, Coffee Underground.
Okay.
And that was my initial inspiration for this place. But I wanted it to be French or heavily French influenced because I'm a lifelong Francophile. I speak French. It's just, you know, part of my DNA.
That's awesome.
And so Café Sous Terre literally translates to Coffee Underground. So it's a direct homage to this place that I love and still love to this day.
Yeah.
In South Carolina. So the menu, it took a long time to piece together. So all of the drinks in the drink menu, both from a coffee perspective, syrups and cocktails, Joel owns all of that. It's creativity and genius. I worked for 18 months prior to having met Joel, just trying to find vendors who were at a level of proper French cuisine. And I was eventually quite accidentally able to finally find this one woman who ran this restaurant called The French Lady. And so it was just a restaurant. She had never done third party, never wholesale, but we got to know one another and we sat around and spoke French and
That's
nerded
amazing.
out on French cuisine. And she and her son helped us create what became our menu. Since then, unfortunately, through a series of tragedy, quite frankly, all kinds of horrible things happened to them. So they have gone out of business.
Oh, wow.
And we have since moved on to a local company called Halcyon Patisserie, but again, somebody steeped in French tradition. That Joel and I both worked on together, but the food side just took me a really long time to find stuff that was authentic and real and proper French. Because if you're going to open up a French place, it's not enough just to give it a French name. You have to go a little deeper than that,
No,
right?
absolutely.
And so that was our foothold. That and an exclusively French wine list.
Yeah.
In proper traditional stuff. So I knew.
All right here? All this stuff right here?
Yeah, everything here and everything on our menu.
Awesome.
The wines, anyway. But I knew if somebody from Paris sat down and had our quiche, I know they would feel at home. And they told us as much. And that was really important. To be authentic.
What was it we were talking before we started? The croque
Croque
monsieur?
monsieur? Yeah.
That is great. I had that when I came
Outrageous.
here. That
Yeah.
was fantastic too. So
Still got it.
I don't know about the
As someone that doesn't know what that is,
it's like
just pretend I didn't know what
It's
that
a
was.
grilled ham and cheese.
it's the worst. How do you think a
Grill
French
and
person?
cheese, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like the cheese is on top, isn't it? No?
Well, there's cheese on top
the
and in the middle.
Gruyère's on top. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's cheese in the middle too. So it's
it's a
grated
double
Comté
layer.
au Gruyère.
and then do you have the croque madame or no?
That's with the fried egg. And since we don't
Yeah.
have a kitchen here, no.
No, I didn't. Yeah, so that in like France, or I don't know if it's just Paris exclusively or
Oh, no, it's
all
all
France.
throughout France. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's fire.
Sounds amazing.
It's legit.
Yeah.
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 There's bechamel, which is like creamy sauce in there.
And so you guys are serving, is it like different times of the day? I mean, you're open at 7 a.m. we talked about?
8 a.m.,
8
yeah.
a.m. Is it different times of the day you're serving different things, or is it just, it's all
Same
the
menu.
same
Yeah.
menu?
So some days of the week when like the bar is like really kind of gonna be open, like for example like a Friday, we'll get more people ordering cocktails and alcohol like earlier in the day. For the most part throughout the week we'll have like maybe a group will come in that'll get a round of like draft cocktails, but we don't have bartenders on until we get later in the day on most days.
So the drinks change a little bit.
So we have a
Yeah.
menu of things they can get like at any time.
Yeah.
But some things like if somebody were to walk in and say, "Hey, I want a dealer's choice with this rum and
I have
this
tried to
tomorrow,"
honor that.
We
failed.
can try it on it, but when the bar gets up and running, it's a lot easier for us to
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a good bartender back there, which also makes me think of another question. Like, now that I know everything I know about you, I feel like the interview process to become a bartender, and if you're interviewing me, I'd be intimidated as hell.
Yeah.
Because now I know everything
you're
you
not gonna
know,
get a
and if I
job.
even knew anything about cocktails, like, what's that like? Like, do they have to make a drink in front of you? Like, how does that?
Oh, I wouldn't put anybody in that position.
Do you think we could get a job working for you as bartender? Like, what do we need? What are the qualities we need to work for you?
We're gonna run a video series. Of,
Like,
We might as well
what would
have
we
an
do? If we
idea.
walked in, you're like, what would you like make us do? Like, make a drink or
First,
show
we're
us your
gonna-
best stuff?
Yeah, we're gonna spin plates on our fingertips.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's super important. You gotta move. You gotta move to nose.
We're gonna walk on hot coals.
What about the plates on the little stick too?
That too.
That one too.
Absolutely.
French
yeah.
fluency off the bat is necessary, even
Yeah.
though you won't ever use it.
I'll
I
be
can't
wearing a
work here.
bandana, of course. Just full Karate Kid style.
That's funny.
So that process of like hiring on a new bartender, it's a really difficult thing to do.
Yeah,
And
sure.
Detroit's a particularly tough city to do it in because Detroit has little pockets where there are bars, right? So people, in the nature of the industry, people kind of bounce around to all the different bars. So you have people constantly changing teams. A new restaurant will open. 2 months later, you'll go in there. Most of the staff will be gone and replaced with new people. So there's just that kind of like transient nature to how most bars and restaurants kind of exist on a staffing level. It's very rare to go to a restaurant, come back 2 years later and see the same faces.
Yeah.
Pretty uncommon. So with that process, hiring, it's tough to get people that are willing to go into it with your same system, right? So one bar might do things a certain way, and people that work there, when they go to the next bar, they're kind of coming in speaking a different language, right?
Yeah.
Every bar is different. The clientele is very different from bar to bar, and their expectations vary as well. So, it's a tricky thing. It's kind of, I try not to do a one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to hiring on a bartender. If you find the right person, and they've got those skills, and they have that passion, sky's the limit for what somebody can do if they want to do it, So,
It's an alignment of three things, and you might add to this, but three principal things. One is, to be hired here, deep cocktail knowledge, right? They have to know how to make the cocktail canon from memory and tell you the builds. You will ask the question, tell us how you build this cocktail. That's thing number one. Thing number two of profound importance is a high level of customer service orientation. And a lot of that, frankly, can't even be trained. You need to find people who are natively interested in taking care of people, right?
Yeah.
That's just, some people are that and some people aren't. And that's not a value judgment. It's just, to be in the service industry, our opinion is you need to want to take care of people. That needs to matter to you. And the third thing is you can't be an alcoholic. And that rules out half of them off the bat.
Yeah, I was going to say that we probably deal with a lot of that.
Yeah. You need to behave yourself because this. There are great, party bars, and by that I mean like the staff is just wrecked by the end of every single night,
100%.
and that's great. That's just not who we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you got to have somebody that can manage to just stick to the strong.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the kind of people that are like, I like you a lot. Shots.
Shot, yeah.
And then
I'll
they're
take
doing
one
the
with you.
shots and you're doing the shots and it's great.
Yeah.
And they're having a good time, in front of the bar, they're having a great time.
Yeah.
But in the back, you're getting sloppier and sloppier. And another thing Joel said is the importance of, holding consistency. And if you're drunk behind the bar, that consistency just starts dropping.
100%.
Right?
Not while you're drunk. You probably think you're doing a great job.
in your mind. In your mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
You're on
tend to
fire.
think of like those as kind of the three convergent things.
Yeah.
And each one rules out a large number of people. So it's hard to find somebody that has all three of those things. And am I missing another critical element?
Well, to adjust a little bit, I think that I don't view having the knowledge of everything about cocktails as a hiring requirement. It's cool to have. It makes things easier, especially in a small business with a small team, to have like
When
a
you're the
hire
only
that comes in
bartender.
most of the way ready. That's great. But mostly it's about the willingness to learn and learn the right way.
Right, for
So
sure.
I don't like hiring in people who have like bad habits, right? If you're used to, not measuring anything and, maybe you're used to drinking on the job a lot, or maybe you're used to, a certain level of service that, we're trying to do a different thing with. So I would say that's like, kind of like a more negotiable point. It's getting somebody who wants to learn. That's kind of like the most important thing. The guest service skills that's more important than anything else. If the only thing I could, get from a new hire was somebody who cares about people and wants to do a good job, everything else can follow.
Think of the bandwidth that you as a consumer give when somebody like really takes care of you. And if they bring out that thing that maybe wasn't cooked perfectly, but if you say, hey, could I, get a, they're going to take care of you. Like, you're not going to give them the 1-star review because you feel taken care of. You feel seen, right?
It's completely different.
Yeah. You have to have that good interaction with the consumers.
How many people do you guys have in your team in total? Like,
is it 8 or 9 now?
We're at 10.
10?
And then how many people usually work on a shift? 4? 2?
2. Yeah.
So even on your busy bar nights, you're only rocking 2 people?
Yeah. Sometimes, on a Saturday, I kind of it's nice to have, for the peak, couple hours, it's nice to have a third person just to do dishes, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's a tight team. So, a lot
2
of
people at a
restaurants,
time.
you have, or bars of a similar size might have, 3, 4, 5 people.
And how many people you guys serving on a weekend night? How many people are in here?
You mean total seated at any one
No,
time?
just how many people you usually are rolling through on a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in here? Because it look from your videos, it looks awesome. Obviously, I haven't been on a.
DJ nights and stuff like that.
How many people you guys got?
It's a different animal.
Yeah.
And you only have 2 people working.
You only have 2 people working. So you have 2 people working in the morning and then switches over to 2 people working at night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough. Everybody's got to be on their toes, but that's one of those things. It's so idiosyncratic about our program that we have here, right? Mm-hmm. So we have this L-shaped bar. We have, 30-ish seats, although people will cram themselves wherever they can, usually on a busy Saturday.
Yeah.
So we have our own set of parameters and things to work around. There's a lot of unique kind of things with the space that it's all right, this is that problem. How are we going to solve it? And, we had to kind of just eat dirt the first year to try to figure a lot of that stuff out. But yeah, it's a tricky thing to do. If
That's
things
crazy.
go wrong,
2 people.
You're at a bad spot.
Well, and the other part of the reason why we have 2, in addition to the fact that it's achievable at a high level for almost all the times that we're open. There are some exceptions where we'll just get 2 groups of 6 walk in simultaneously.
And then it's birthday party, and it's okay.
Oh God, that's a lot to deal with. But a part of it also, and this is not this is us. This is every single restaurateur, is you have to control labor cost. Now, we pay at or above anybody else in the industry. We start at $14 an hour. Mm-hmm. That's a tipped wage, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so they get $14 no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Tip is on top of that. So usually our people are coming out low to mid 20s. So they're earning a quality of living that matters. So that increases costs. A lot of places can get away with paying bartenders $5, $6, $7 an hour.
Right.
Which is great, because then I can slap 2 people on at $10 an hour total, but I got a minimum of $14 back here.
But
so
also when
matters.
you're paying a 7 versus a 14, you're getting a different quality of employee. I feel like at the same time too, you're searching for maybe a different tier.
I'm still waiting for that to be the case.
Yeah,
Well, no, you think you can get the same at the lower
we definitely would be more competitive, but there are a series of incentives and thought processes that I wasn't necessarily aware of. For instance, a lot of people in this industry kind of aren't money motivated. So, the fact that they can make $3 more, they would rather just work in a chill place.
Yeah.
Than make a few more dollars extra, even if that translates to thousands of dollars at the end of the year.
Right.
So we're not seeing a lot of people that are motivated in a way that you would sort of in a standard capitalist economy, this is how you would get them.
Yeah, I got you.
And the other thing is, this is an industry, I sort of think of hospitality and construction like they're the catch-alls, right? The great ones studied and wanted to be in those industry, but most people end up in those industries. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It wasn't a calling for them. It was an opportunity to make money and a decent living.
It's kind of where the road took them or something. They kind of.
I mean, so, as a result, and this is not to crap on artists because, I worked in that industry for a long time, but you have a lot of people who are artists. And to make a living as an artist, even a talented one, is extraordinarily difficult. So you got to supplement, right? So you work in the service industry, even though that's not what you really want to do. But so the pool that you're recruiting from is it's a different pool. If you want to be an engineer, you're only recruiting people who trained and studied to be an engineer.
Who took that route, who chose that route.
And it's not necessarily the case as a barista or a bartender.
No, I got you.
Before I took this job, while I was working at the distillery, I got really into science. and I would do my job. I would be doing prep, and I would just have. I was going through Stanford has like a lot of their courses available like on like as like a podcast you can just listen to or watch. So you can just like kind of test out, see whether you like a particular class, basically just by listening through all the different series of their lectures. So I was doing them through chemistry. So I was just like listening to chemistry lectures and stuff while I was working at work. And I got so obsessed with it to the point where it's like, all right, I have to go to college now because I can't fully, understand at the level I would like to because I don't have access. I need textbooks. I need, somebody to tell me how this stuff actually works with all the gaps filled in because listening to a video of a lecture isn't the same thing as taking the class. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, all right, well, I just kind of, left where I was. I had a great job. I still love the place. But I left so that I could go to college at Wayne State, and I went for biochemistry. And that was what I wanted to do. I was fully set. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be a biochemist. I'm going to, finish my degree, and then afterwards, maybe I'll try to get a PhD, and then maybe I'll do my postdoc afterwards. And I had this long, like years-long plan as to what I was going to do with my life. And I kind of was at this crossroads because I was still bartending. I was bartending actually full-time, I think, at that time. I would get home from work at like 1, 2, whatever in the morning, and then I'd be up in class, the next morning, taking notes. And I was taking 18 credits.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's a really bad idea. So I'm like, all right, I can't burn the candle at both ends like this aggressively. So then I decided to choose the hospitality industry because I could just get into it. I could just start. I was much farther, and I was a better bartender than I was ever going to be a chemist.
But making cocktails, I feel like there's some like chemistry going on there.
It makes sense that you're
for
interested in chemistry.
I learned a lot. The biggest thing that I learned was how to work spreadsheets.
Okay.
Because I can build out a spreadsheet, and anything I can automate or have.
You said that's the thing you learned in college?
Oh, yeah. Chemistry is a lot. Doing things in the lab is a lot of. You're using a lot of spreadsheets. You're taking notes. That kind of stuff was the most.
And rigor.
A lot of rigor.
Willingness to just like go over one thing over and over and over again.
No, I got a question. There's this How I Met Your Mother theory that anytime you see a sign at a bar, there's a story behind it. There's a sign that when you walk in and it's right there, it says kindly no laptops or tablets after 5 p.m. What's the story behind that? Was there like a...
Well, hold on. There's not just that sign. There's two.
Yeah.
There's one outside.
Really
It lets you know twice.
I feel like the story behind to guess
yeah.
there's some nerdy kid bitching about like everyone's partying here right now, and you're like, dude, close your laptop at 6:30. No, what's the story?
It's actually the inverse of that story. So one of the things that it's both an opportunity and a challenge. When you're a coffee shop, you're a third place, and you assume people are going to park it here, right? Yeah. So it's an opportunity for us to be that place for people, and we get a lot of, I would say, emotional fulfillment for that. It is, however, not a good business strategy, right? If you have somebody who paid $3 for a cup of coffee, takes a 2-top for 8 hours, you're losing money on that person. You're losing a lot of money. Yeah. On that person,
they drink one
right?
coffee and the 7
and there's no
hours
turnover, right? And so they just stay there.
Limited seats.
And so what we started realizing is you'll have people that'll come in, they'll order a cup of coffee. 5 hours later, when cocktail hour is starting, which by the way, this business wouldn't be open were it not for cocktails. Yeah. Right? We would have failed long ago.
Yeah.
That they would stay in that same seat deep into the night. People are coming in, all the seats are filled, half of them with people that had been there for hours and were not consuming anything, had not consumed anything. Yeah. So we had no ability to monetize these seats. And that's what seats are in a restaurant business. That's how you monetize, right? You come in, you order something,
so
you have a conversation, you leave. Well, you have to get clever with it, because if you just walked up to a person who was there and said, hey, we gotta have these people are here. You've been here forever. Yeah, you're just gonna piss them off. You're gonna alienate people.
Just picture you guys pointing at the sign at 5 o'clock. Like,
well, this was 6-8 months before we started figuring.
We were like, it took a long time.
We were like,
we didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So people were just sitting there. You probably had like 4 or 5 people, and it's like 6 o'clock.
People would look at us. They would gesture at, look at all these.
And
people.
Their laptops are open, and it's dim. It's a vibe killer.
It's tough. It was really tough. There would be times where I'd be bartending, and I would look up, all of my bar seats were somebody with a laptop with headphones on, and then all of these seats were one person at 2-person tables with a laptop.
Just with a laptop.
And like the headphones on too was like an added insult to injury a little bit.
Right.
I kind of like your music
Completely
either.
closed off. Like I don't
Yeah,
care
they're not
about what
adding
you guys are doing.
to culture, right?
Yeah.
They're in their own world.
Yeah.
But like
Okay.
I get it. I mean, I was a student across the street, like just before I took this job. So I understand the need to want, I want to go to a nice place and I want to study in like a cool place where, it's like.
And this
that
was
makes
this
sense.
like just weekdays, or people doing this on weekends, like
Every
Saturday,
day.
Sunday,
Every single
day,
day.
no
Yeah.
matter. Yeah.
And so you had to find some place that wasn't pushy, where you established the expectations on the front end, but it didn't feel like we were pointing at them
Yeah.
and saying, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
So 5 o'clock, we arrived at 5 o'clock because that's a natural time for laptops to shut.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're not going to continue working here if your laptop's shut or
Yeah.
your tablet's shut, right? So we
Yeah.
knew that naturally, if we didn't allow those open, people would leave.
Yeah.
Or people would shut their laptops and get a beer. I mean, that
Yeah.
happens regularly enough too, but it was amazing, dude.
So it's working,
overnight,
yeah.
Overnight.
Just the signs?
Just the signs, and
Well,
managing
we
that
would have to-
expectation.
we
Yeah,
have to talk to
okay.
people, but the guests overall, I feel like, were much happier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
knew that they can bring their family and show them the city and show them their favorite cocktail bar, and they can take 2 tables and get
100%.
comfortable. And now, I mean, most days of the week, if I come in here, to start my shift, I can expect that every seat in the house will be full, or most of them, with a lot of people with laptops out and they're working, and that's totally cool.
Yeah.
And then I'll end my shift with most of those seats or every seat full, and they're people talking to each other, or they're people, maybe they're.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people will come in here and like sketch and like do like art projects and things
Okay,
like that, which
yeah.
I love.
Is
to
it mostly
see.
college kids during the day, like from Wayne State, and then you guys kind of, is it still Wayne State people, or then you see that mix
It's a
of,
mix.
working
It's a great
in the
mix of-
afternoon, or what's that like?
It's a great mix. Sorry to cut you off there.
No,
but,
you're good.
so many different people. You never know who's going to come to the door. It's a really exciting thing.
So if you have someone coming here and drawing, it's not a laptop, it's not a tablet. Could I sit here and draw
Yeah.
all night long?
Yeah.
That's okay.
That kind of thing is cool because it's people will. if you're
people
cool
will
with
look at it. Yeah, they'll be like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
like,
what are you
yeah.
doing?
We have to
read. I mean,
we have to
people
bring
just sit with
crayons
their
out for
books and
Kopi when we go
read,
out to
too.
eat.
But I mean, again, that's such a small number of people. But we realized, that's a rounding error relative to the people that are coming in here with lit devices.
Yeah.
So yes, that is the loophole. If you
that's the
come in
loophole.
having printed out your lawsuit that you need to review before going into court tomorrow, then there you go. You got the spot. We're
Yeah,
not
it
going to
doesn't say
yell
it on the
at you.
sign. Doesn't say I
All
can't
right,
draw.
so that's a
Yeah.
pretty good story behind the sign. No, we knew there was something behind it because you didn't just put it up.
Dude,
but
it's tough. It's really, really tough because
I
you
love how
need
much
the
it
coffee
worked.
people, but you need the cocktail people.
Yeah.
And you got to have both, and you can't piss either one of them off. So this was the most elegant thing we could find to thread
Yeah,
that
I mean,
needle.
like you said earlier, you're navigating this whole European vibe of cocktail/coffee, and not a lot of people are doing that. And you said you learned so many things as you go, and that's just one of the things you learn. Where it's like it's not something you think about, it makes a lot of sense. And I'm just impressed with how much the signs made a difference.
Yeah.
And
you got-
really, and like you said, the conversations too. But
You guys said the biggest driver of your sales is the cocktails. It's alcohol here. That's where it's at.
I mean, that's true of every
I saw you guys fired up
Makes
about
sense.
your guys' numbers on a Monday. Yeah, you saw you guys.
yeah.
So what were the numbers?
$1,100 in total
On a
sales.
Monday?
On a Monday.
Damn,
Nice.
I know my wife's sales. They actually ended up close. She has her place down in Miami. They close on it. They started closing on a Monday because it was so slow.
We used to.
Yeah,
we used to
that's
close on
solid
Mondays.
for a Monday.
We had Mondays that were
Really
so
solid.
slow.
I mean,
We
that's
would
just
do-
today. That's not every Monday.
yeah,
And how many patrons would you say that would equate to on a Monday?
If I
Couple
think
hundred?
about 1,100, it's easier to think of just
Probably-
tickets rather than
Yeah, like how many tickets do you
specific
think you
guests.
had?
It's like more tickets. I would say probably like 75.
Wow.
75.
Nice.
I mean, we're selling a lot of coffee. So
Yeah.
a lot of those like low ticket items, and then
It's
we'll
like a
get
$15 bill.
a
that?
group of
Like
people-
average,
Well, if they get caught. No, way less than that.
like
like-
75 times 10, 750.
Well, then it's probably more than that.
Our average,
Yeah,
our
like
average
15.
sale is closer to. Sometimes you can get up to like 20.
Yeah.
Depending
So
on-
right
Well,
in that-
average sales are never as high as 20. Like over the course of a night,
Oh, for like a chunk.
you'll get. I mean, like if you take the daily average, a day like this will be 8 to 10
Yeah.
average, and then cocktail nights, a big night would be 13, 14
Yeah.
average ticket price. That's where we typically land across an entire day. Because you have plenty of tickets that are $3.
Yeah.
Or $5
Just
or
someone
$4.
gets
It's just a
coffee and
latte.
jumps.
And that's
Yeah.
it. And that's the majority of tickets.
What's the most someone dropped here? Like getting these wines and stuff. Like, do you ever remember someone coming in and just be like, "Holy shit"?
Actually, this weekend I had we had a day where our average ticket was it's like $16.50. I want to say.
But like one person, do you ever
but
remember
for
one
one
person like
person-
"Oh, I'm having a party. I'm going to buy all these."
Individual tab. I mean, I have some guests that'll buy cases of wine
Okay.
for me, which is super
hundreds.
fun. It's very fun to sell the wine. For me, it's what's nice about it is that we price things very affordably.
We do. Yeah.
If somebody's looking to buy a retail bottle of wine, I would compel them to find some of the wines that we have at a cheaper price than what we're selling them for.
sure,
And the reason being is that I know in a college area, it's very tempting for people who, when they're 21, 22, it's like, yeah, you just get like some White Claws, or you get like some other seltzer, something that's like very trendy and cheap. You can just drink that. But to go out and get a nice bottle of like French wine is something that many people are not going to feel comfortable doing. They're being intimidated by it. Like, what does this even say? I can't order this because I can't pronounce it to this person at the register, or they might treat me a certain way because maybe it's they don't think I should be buying this, or I don't know what it is.
I got
so
you.
I want to make it affordable so that they can try these cool things, and then it'll pay off because they'll come back and they'll bring friends and they'll enjoy a bottle of wine together. And the more bottles of wine we can sell, the more maybe I can get some winemakers to come and visit.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just better for building the culture of it.
No, I mean, honestly, I got to come here on the weekend. I haven't been. I just came and sat down at the
Yeah.
bar.
How late do you guys open on Friday, Saturday?
11.
Nice.
Solid.
Wednesday through Sunday, we're open until 11.
And you guys have DJ nights, you said? Is that every Friday, or is it just randomly, or?
Every Wednesday night, starting at
Vinyl.
7.
Live vinyl.
There's a live vinyl.
And there's a
set.
little, is it right here, back in this corner? Where
It's
they set
actually
up?
right
it's back
there
here.
on the bar.
Oh, that's
It's
sweet.
super cool.
That is really cool,
Yeah.
actually.
No, every time I see the videos, I'm like, this is
Dude,
perfect.
and those
thing.
guys light it up, man. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll just see so many people in here. It's so exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
And
It's
then we
awesome.
have live jazz every single Sunday.
Which we had to talk about. Your grandfather played with Dizzy Gillespie. Gillespie.
Yeah.
So your grandpa played what? He
Jazz
played
drums.
Nice.
He's a percussionist.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's some art in here. So if you come around and check it out, it's
Yeah.
over there on the wall here. So
Where does the band set up then?
Right in that.
Right in this corner?
Right in that corner.
Right
Yeah,
under
I
the
mean,
picture.
and a band, it's a duet.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
can't
yeah.
fit more than one or two people.
Right.
Like, just won't fit here. But you can get a great sound. So it's always guitar, and then he rotates. He'll play with a second guitar. He'll play with upright bass, clarinet, sax. We've got violin coming this weekend.
No kidding.
Which I'm super excited about. That's like gypsy jazz,
Okay.
hot club jazz.
that's
Which
awesome.
is amazing. That's jazz nerd talk, but
Yeah.
like it's good stuff.
It's a really
Do you play
nice
instruments?
No,
No, you're just
No.
just
What
an
about you?
avid.
just it's familial.
It's like,
yeah,
he's like, yeah, I do.
Did you bring your instrument?
You should play.
Honestly, I
you gotta get up
too
there.
embarrassed to do that.
What do you
I'd
play?
be too embarrassed. I'd be shaking. I play some bass. I play guitar, synthesizers, and I make music and stuff.
Nice.
That is awesome.
It's fun.
Mouth harp. Also, he's mouth
You
harp.
guys, do you have music online?
Yeah.
I know about a mouth harp.
From time to time.
All right. We'll do a little research after this. We'll see if we can find Joel.
Your whole Instagram profile before you started here was like all
It's
you,
all music. Yeah.
All right.
playing guitar.
We'll
Yeah.
scroll back and
That's
find it.
sweet.
We'll definitely throw it out there.
We did say earlier we've had a lot of people sing on the show, but
Yeah, that's what we were
never
looking
an
for there.
instrument. Maybe we'll come back
Yeah,
and
we
we'll have
definitely
you,
want
have
to see
you
it.
fire up that mouth harp.
Yeah, you can
because,
practice.
Kobe, you got any other questions? I'm trying to see on my notes here. Like we talked a lot of great stuff. Do you guys have anything that you like that's important to you guys here to know, or just like about just your journey in general that you felt like it's important? Like,
Don't do it! Oh God, don't do it!
Oh shit, man!
I
He's
just
out.
blow your whole thing.
Hey, does the microphone still work? We're still good. Yeah, that's honestly the pursuit of anything. You get the pain in the ass, and people like blood, sweat, and tears is a real thing, right?
Yeah, I mean it's hard as hell.
Yeah.
It's hard as hell. And I would say Joel's role is harder than mine. I mean, I'm involved all day, every day, but Joel is the one who keeps the trains running on time.
Yeah.
It is also the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because, if you're in real estate development or housing or property management, you only hear negative. Like it's like no matter how hard you work or what you do, the best you can expect is people don't talk to you.
Yeah.
Right. And the flip side here is, sure, you get annoying customers that come in with bizarre expectations and slap a 1-star review on you for no reason whatsoever. But that's a tiny minority, right? What you really get is a lot of people who really appreciate what you're doing, understand that you're applying so much thought and passion in it, because that's what it is. And the feedback cycle is real.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, I'm a extrovert and a people pleaser, so I need you to tell me that I'm doing a good job. I need this right now. Tell me how good this interview is.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you. And
this place is amazing.
Can you keep going?
The best interview we've ever done. This is by far.
But I mean, I think there is so much talk, I think, of the challenges of the service industry, and those are real.
Yeah.
What people don't talk about as much is the joy of the service industry and the importance of the service industry. It's not only just that it's a massive employer of people. It's also when you think about your experience of any place you ever go, it's a good bet to say that much of that opinion is driven by your experience with service industry, whether it's hotel or restaurants, bars, cafes, things like that. You walk away going, I went to these really cool places and had this really cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so you understand that you're part of the cultural and experiential fabric of a city, and that isn't what I thought about when I opened it. But it's what has made me more passionate about this industry since starting it is, holy shit. And Joel, you actually mentioned this, how you've got people from out of town who come here, and you are just in that moment, you are creating their experience of the city. It's actually a really important role to have.
100%.
And if you're an asshole to them, they could very well walk away saying Detroit sucks. The people are mean. And if you get Joel behind the bar who just clears the night out for you, you walk away going, my God, that city, not just Cafe Sous Terre, that city was amazing.
Yeah, it represents more than
That's so
just that.
cool.
Yeah.
You're not wrong at all. I mean, I travel for work, and I have other people that travel here for work, and like, you're not like, if I have a bad experience in one spot, it's just naturally I'm gonna think I'm gonna just blame the city, but like it's just one place. But you don't. Like,
true.
That's a good point.
Do you guys have a plan to grow, or do you guys have a plan to just continue to focus and make this the best place possible for the time being?
Yes.
Both. That's cool. Cool. So you guys have future plans to is it Detroit related, or is it Sous Terre related in other places? What are you guys
How much do
thinking?
we want to talk about?
You don't have to share either, too.
We can also edit it.
I'm not
coming
signing
soon.
the check, so it's really up to
You can take. So it sounds like you guys have plans that could be. Is it? I guess. Do you want to share whether it's something Detroit related or if it's again here?
We've got the
Keep it under wraps.
We've got a long list of things that are from very concrete and real all the way to deeply thought, however theoretical.
Okay.
So the answer is, we're not done perfecting this.
Yeah.
We never will be.
Yeah.
However, there have been some really fun opportunities that have availed themselves of us that Joel and I. So Joel now, I mean, obviously we're co-owners here, but we've become partners in the expansion of this. I don't think he and I really are thinking much in terms of let's create some sort of like replication model of just Cafe Sous Terre. I mean, that could be cool too, but I think we're both drawn to the creativity of completely new concepts, new services delivered.
I like that.
So the real thing that's happening is, I'm not going to go into the name, I'm not going to talk too much details.
Or where?
Southwest Detroit.
Okay.
Near
So
Mexican
still Detroit.
town.
Okay.
There's little to no coffee shop infrastructure at all in Southwest Detroit. Cork, you got to go to Corktown really to find it.
No, for sure.
So that's thing number one. Thing number two, it's in another late 19th century house, which is wild. That's what this is. 1894. That house is. I don't know exactly what year, but 1890s.
Okay.
Construction.
Keep an eye out for it. If we hear some news, maybe
We'll tell you about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, our goal is to be open this year. That's an achievable thing, but like anything else, if you announce we're going to be open June 20th, you're not going to hit it. You never hit it.
Is your
You
wife
never
going to do
hit
the
it.
designing on that one too? She did the design of in here? Or
Is the Pope a Catholic?
Yes. So it sounds like it because she did it. She nailed it on the first one. Why change it up, right?
Well, I wouldn't. She's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's great.
Crazy talented.
Yes.
Her understanding of how to craft a space is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
really well
knows.
done.
This is
She's
awesome.
looking
Very
through
well done.
limitless numbers of colors and finishes, how all this goes
Put it
together.
together,
And it doesn't,
awesome.
I can say that light's cool or that tile's cool, but I would never think to put the two things together, much less with this crazy
Right.
vertical fluted
or whatever.
tile.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, she's a unique talent, and it is,
Super cheap to.
I would not say that she is cheap.
No,
It is not.
She's taxing. She's
that is-
taxing on you.
Well, no, I mean,
I thought you were
know,
saving money on that. Like, hey, my wife's gonna hook us up with some good design. No.
She's my life partner, so I afford some part of her life. But no, I mean the other thing is like, I needed the ingredients to have the to get through the fear of opening these things. Before I met Joel, was that design ingredient. I knew if you want something distinctive and interesting, it's got to look great.
Yeah.
Who could do that? I wouldn't even know who else to talk to, but my wife could do that.
For sure.
And now when it comes to like concept development and execution, it's me and Joel. So now you got this, and I've got builder, I've got architects, I've got, so all the legs of this stool come together where the team is here to continue to execute really interesting, fulfilling concepts. I hope every couple of years we get to the point of opening up another spot. And there
honestly,
are way
you did a
more
great job.
things that were in development beyond what I just talked about, but they're not real yet.
No, honestly, I think I don't know if our cameras are kind of heating up. Some,
we get it.
Are
so
we out?
we're
Are we
gonna
off camera?
so let me wrap it up by saying all that is true and it's fantastic. If you haven't been here, guys, it's beautiful. So thanks for having us here and to talk about all of this stuff. Kopi, you got anything else?
I do. If this camera runs out, we always like to ask.
Oh.
Well, he might have something too.
But I mean, I kind of been monopolizing a bit for a minute.
Yeah. Well, I don't know when this will come out, but we're putting out a new menu for the spring.
Okay.
It's going to be very fun. Definitely come check it out.
Okay.
Very interesting, very well done cocktails, I would say.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
No, we'll be looking forward to
I wanted to ask real quick. We would like to ask celebrities. Have you had any celebrities walking here?
Yeah.
Is
Jocelyn Benson?
Players.
Jocelyn
Oh, yeah.
Benson?
Yeah, she
The
came in.
Secretary of State.
and
Oh,
yeah.
Two very different directions. Some NBA players have been in here.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Okay, so it's been a great conversation. We could keep talking to you for like another hour. It's been fantastic. Just learning a little bit about the business, learning a little bit about the background and the French history that you really feel is important to you. So it's been wonderful to hear. This will probably be out in like, I'd probably say a month and a half. So I'd say maybe late May or something like that.
Make sure to tag us.
No.
Wait,
okay.
if we look good. If
No.
we don't look good, do not tag
No,
us.
for sure. So, guys, come here, Sous Terre. We're in Midtown. It's between, again, Cass and Second
yeah.
and Forest right here. So, come out here. Cocktails were amazing. Great job, Joel, with the cocktails. Master Cocktail. Was there a name for that? Master Cocktail guy?
I'm just a bartender.
Just a bartender.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate it. That's it. That's episode 5, and we'll see you guys next time.
Sounds great.
All right. Thanks, guys.
They say my generation full of dough. We tell them thanks, this is our year. But on the real, they saying slow your roll. As if we don't, we gonna die, but we like it. They don't know what life is. My homie, if he heading to the party, we like it. And that poison be pricey. And